Hello, welcome to the Pedestal Wife Society. My name is Braille. Let me just give it a moment to get TikTok and YouTube up today. We're actually streaming for both today. And that is a different thing. Normally, I don't do both, especially not TikTok. At the same time, I'm running another platform. But I said, hey, why not try something different? So I'm going to wait a moment to get everybody in the room before I get started because I want to make sure that you can see and hear me before we start jumping into conversation today. Because I want to talk about why it's so important that you choose who chooses you and recognize a marriage ready man. And there's a big difference. We need to start talking about having these conversations about marriage material men and what that look like and what makes a man marriage ready. So I'm going to spill all the tea today in this live stream. So you're going to definitely want to see this live stream as you come in. Make sure you like the video and just let me know that you can hear and see me before we get started. Because I don't want to be talking and then realize later on that there's no audio on either my TikTok or my YouTube, especially since TikTok, I'm not used to streaming both of them at the same time. Choose who chooses you and recognize a marriage ready man. So let me tell you this. Let's go back because I remember as clear as day when I realized that the guy had to choose me back. I remember my first relationship when I realized he's never choosing me. I chose him, but he never chose me. And the way that he told me in ways it wasn't verbally. Okay. So even when I think back, it wasn't verbally. It was through his actions that he taught me that he wasn't choosing me. Literally when we were together, he would sometimes mention other women's names, and I really did not take it as something serious. I chose him. I had my little crush on him. I thought that was all I needed. If I was my best version of myself, he would see my worth and he would choose me. He would pick me. But I realized that as the relationship continued, that he was never going to choose me. And he showed me in his action. He showed me in the way that he was very disrespectful, talking about other women when we were together. He showed me when he didn't stand up for me. He embarrassed me in front of our friends. He showed me when he just flaunted other women in front of me and didn't care if it seemed like he was flirting with them or not. He showed me in so many ways that he wasn't choosing me. So that's the reason why it's so important. You choose who chooses you. You both have to choose each other for this to work out. Most men are showing you that they're choosing someone else, but we as women, I feel like I call it the Disney side effect, where we get caught up in, hey, I'm such a wonderful woman, I got it going on. If he gets to know me, I can show him what I'm worth, and then he's going to choose me when he gets to know me. And unfortunately, that never happens. Only thing happens when that situation happens is that you realize you get your heart broken and you start feeling down or and very disrespected when it comes to men. And so that was my first experience into learning that choose who chooses you instead of getting into a relationship trying to prove that you're worthy, that you're a good woman, that you're a good girl, that he should see everything that you're offering and he should like it. Don't count on that because that's not the way it works. A man has to still choose you just as well you have to choose him. And so it is important that we go into these situations and we make sure that every time a man is choosing you, one of the questions that I got good at asking myself is, how is he choosing me every day? Even if you're a married woman, this still applies to you because your husband still should be choosing you every single day in some way. It may not be something big as a married woman. Maybe it may be something as simple as he's bringing home your favorite treat, or he's calling you on his way home, or he's just going to work. He's going to work, working for the family to provide and make sure that you're good. He's doing little things throughout to choose you. And you want to see that because you're going to choose who chooses you. You're not going to go into it trying to show up and prove that you are the best woman for the job for that man. You're going to go in choosing a man that chooses you back. And when you start seeing the signs that he's choosing you, and let's go into what those signs look like, because I think a lot of women are confused about what those signs look like when it comes to a man choosing them. When a man chooses you, you're going to see a future being planned that you can see and hold. It's not just words, it's actions. Let's say if he says he wants to get married, That is not enough. That's not choosing you. A lot of men understand that if I say the right thing, I'm going to be able to get the thing that I want from the woman. You have to realize it has to be action, and you have to see the things happening for you. So if he wants to get married, where's the marriage certificate? Where's the marriage planning? Where's the party for the marriage? Where's the rehearsals? Where are these things happening that he wants to get married? You want to be able to see, you want to have action happening around you that shows you that this man is going to follow through with what he's telling you he's going to do. So you want to see he's choosing you. Is he choosing you to make sure that you're financially stable, financially comfortable, that he's making sure that the finances are going to be up to par? I know some people don't think finances matter. I am not of that mind. I literally come from a line of women who understand that provisions and resource matter when it comes to relationship. Even when I was in my situation, the very thing that helped me to get out of my situation was the idea that I was going to bring up my children in that said situation. That what really got me out of the situation. I didn't get out of it because of the fact that I suddenly understood my self-worth or understood who I was as a woman. I got out of that situation because I imagined 5 years from then and my children being in the same situation. He hadn't even chose me. And then since he doesn't choose me, baby, he don't choose the children. That's something that women don't understand when it comes to men. When he doesn't choose you, he's not going to choose the children. He chooses you first, and he falls in love through you for the children. And then that is how it works. And so, what really got me away from him in that situation, and me choosing him and him never choosing me back, is that I just imagined my children. I couldn't do it for myself, but I did do it for my children. And I'm glad I did, because once I let go of that situation, God was able to bring in a man that is great. He loves me. He just loves the ground that I walk on. He has gave me a wonderful life, and he adores our children. He takes care of them. He makes sure that their every need is met. So I would have missed out on this great man if I would have kept choosing a man that would not choose me. So I'm so happy that 23 years later, I'm looking back at it and I'm like, I'm so happy that he did what he did. I actually understand why he did what he did. I actually don't have any hard feelings. Matter of fact, we're friends. All of us are friends. Okay. So I don't have any hard feelings about him, because at that time we were young and we were dumb. But you have to make sure that you choose, but he chooses you back. And he's showing you every time that he's choosing you back, whether he's choosing you by, uh, you know, getting to know you, giving you emotional support. He's choosing you by making sure everything is good. He's choosing you every single day in some way. Maybe some small, some big. Maybe in small ways, it could be just texting, calling, planning dates. In bigger ways, it could be making sure that you're financially stable. It could be making sure he's planning the wedding and the wedding's happening. It could be making sure that you're protected and you're insured. It could be so many different ways a man is choosing you, but you want to make sure that any relationship that you decide, that a man is choosing you, and he's choosing you every day. I don't care what is your relationship status. I don't care if you are a wife. I don't care if you're a girlfriend. Y'all know I don't really do with girlfriends. I've never been a girlfriend, by the way. And since I've never been a girlfriend, I don't really know how that is as an adult. But a man should be choosing you because you're choosing him. You're choosing him. You're giving him security, loyalty, respect. You're giving him energy. You're giving him time. You need to make sure you're getting that back 10 times back. As a woman, you should be getting that back 10 times. And so you want to make sure that throughout your journey, the relationship that you have with that man, that he is choosing you. If you feel like he's not choosing you and you ask yourself, how is this man choosing me every day and you don't see anything happening, you need to let that man go. Don't be like me. I stayed too long. I legit had to think of my future and think of my kids, and I had to picture my kids' faces and how they would feel having that man as a father. Because if the man didn't choose me, baby, he's not going to choose my kids. And so I had to picture that and how heartbroken that would be for my kids. And I let that man go. And I had to heal. I had to get a mentor. I had to get some help and kind of work through all the things of why I thought that was the best situation for me. And I'm glad I did, because I came out better on the other side of it. And it wasn't even a year later I met my husband. And we got married. We've been married for 23 years. We're going into 24 years up in August. Craven, some I can hear you. Thank you. I needed that acknowledgement because I wanted to make sure that you could hear me before we got into anything. What about him entertaining other women, but still trying to pretend like he's not in front of you? Also, only a little chasing, his energy felt very spread out to me. See, the thing is, I don't think he's choosing you. It doesn't sound like he's choosing you because it sounds like he's disrespecting you. Any man that's entertaining other women in front of you and they don't think it's anything important, that's the reason why I think you all have a lot of different terms for relationship now, because it gives men so much leeway to kind of get away with a lot. So if you're in a situationship, guess what? There's no title. You don't have any hold over this man. So this man can do whatever he wants. And he knows this. This is why I don't like any of the titles. I don't like situationships, friends with benefits, any type of title that's kind of confusion and it's not one that is considered to be a wife. I don't acknowledge any other titles, and you shouldn't either. When you all allow men to do that, I swear to you, understand that they're going to be able to get away with a lot, because there is, you don't have a hold over him. He can do what he wants. If he doesn't have any kind of commitment to you, a man can do whatever he wants. And I only recognize commitment as wife. Okay, you can do what you want, do what you will, but I have learned to only recognize a commitment as wife. Um, Hey, beautiful, do you offer coaching as well? I only offer coaching to the Inner Circle membership, but I do have so many different programs and things available to you. Right now, we have our Vetting 101. It's like one of my leading programs for vetting. I consider myself to be a vetting expert because once I got over that situation, I have never been played since then. I learned my lesson. I'm one of those women that once I get down bad, I learn my lesson and I come up and come back stronger. So I consider myself a vetting expert. A lot of the women in my community will bring a man to me and I can sum up who that man is, where he's going, and what's happening in a few minutes. Because it's not hard to really read men. Men are really telling us everything that we need to know, and they may be telling us in a way that it's not verbal. That's the thing, it's not verbal. We just need to learn how to read the signs and signals and actions that they're giving us to let us know how they feel about us. So that's the reason why I created Vetting 101, which includes my Vetting 101 book that's actually was a bestseller. I took it down from Amazon and put it in Vetting 101, and it includes all of the questions that you're supposed to ask as your relationship progresses. And I give you 2 bonus questions. If you ask these 2 bonus questions within the first 3 dates, I guarantee you'll know who that man is. You ask the questions and your intuition leads the way. You will know who that man is without anything else. So you may not even need coaching. You may just need to get the Vetting 101. The link is in my chat. And if you have the question, you can ask it here in the chat. I answer questions. I'm just going through what needs to be said when it comes about choosing a man. Because he needs to choose you back and you need to choose him also. The reason why it's so important that you choose him back and he chooses you, you get to see him choose you every day. A man is supposed to choose you every day. Sometimes the man choosing you every day is getting up every day and going to work to work hard for the family and create resources and stability. Sometimes going and making sure that he is not bringing in confusion. That's how he's choosing. He's making sure there's no type of confusion. You don't have any questions about any other women. That's another way he's choosing you. Another way he could be choosing you is that he is bringing you into his future plans and he's letting you in on those future plans, and you can see those future plans happening. Men choose you all the time. You just have to pay attention to see if he's choosing you at all. If you'll be able to know a man ain't choosing you. I guarantee when a man is not choosing you, there's so much confusion surrounding the relationship, you don't even know what's up or what's down. That's how you know there's some type of he's not choosing you. Or if there's no type of commitment and he's so quick to let you know that there's no type of commitment. He's very honest about that, or he's indicated that you all don't have a title or there's no commitment, and there's no reason you should be upset. A man is showing you in so many different ways if he's choosing you. And when you're in a healthy relationship, you're going to see a man choose you every day. Recently, not too long ago, North Carolina has these freak storms. And during that freak storm, my son was here also, by the way. And since my son was here, and I don't have any small children, by the way, all my kids are grown. We done done our big one. All our kids are grown. I am the mother of 4 grown adults, married for 23 years to a man, being a stay-at-home mother and wife for majority of our marriage. Okay. And there was a big storm that came through, and it was horrible. the noises and all of the, you can see the trash cans just floating down the street. You could just hear things falling, the internet, the lights kept flickering. And I called my husband. I was like, babe, I'm scared. And he said, you are? That's all he needed. He really didn't need anymore. And he was like, look, I got a few more minutes. I got to finish up something here at work and I'm on my way. I didn't even really ask him, but he knows me so well. He knows that I'm a scaredy cat. He knows that I jump at noises. He knows that I was probably in here just contemplating or thinking about, what may happen if that hit or that happened. And so he just ran on home. He chose me. Well, he could have just stayed at the workplace because my husband's a very busy man. He is an executive in a logistics company. He's a very busy man. He works very long hours, by the way. And he still chooses me every single time. It doesn't matter. I could be sick. I could be scared. I could be needing someone. I need to have a quick conversation. Even if he's in a meeting, he's going to call me back. You want to see a man choosing you all the time because every day he's choosing you in some way. And that's what you want to see back because you're choosing him. You're giving him your loyalty, your respect, your love, your feminine energy. He should be choosing you also. And so you want to see that happening. Hello, TikTok. Hello, hello, hello. You all like the stream. And come in and you can have talk also. But I'm going to go over here to YouTube. Hey, Daisy. Hey, Alana. Hey, Craven's came me too. He showed he was choosing me initially, then pulled back and said he has issues after divorce. Yet still shows he wants me in his life. I said I need space, yet he still reaches out. Is he choosing me? Only way a man can be choosing you in that situation is what are you looking to have? Like, what are you trying to have with that guy? That's what you need to ask. What are you trying to have with that man? Are you trying to have a full-blown relationship? Do you want marriage? Do you want to spend time with someone? What are you looking for? Because only way a man will be really choosing you is if he's choosing to give you what you're looking for. If he isn't, then he isn't choosing you. Everyone is human, and sometimes people are lonely and they want company, or they don't want to change their situation, or they've got used to you being there and you haven't required or requested more than that. That's what he wants. So you need to ask yourself, what am I looking for with that guy? Are you looking just to have a little fun? Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking for marriage? That's going to determine if he's choosing you back. You want to see a man choosing you back. He has to choose you back. If you're not getting any sign signals that the man is choosing you back, that is the wrong man. Men choose women that they want, even on a small scale to a large scale. It can be something small as just returning a phone call. Hey, I promised I was going to return a phone call. I'm just calling you back. Hey, I want to go ahead and I want to go out Saturday. Like, what time do you think is what time? Well, what time is good for you? So he should be choosing you. I want marriage, and he said he doesn't know if he will get married again. Babe, he told you. He's telling you exactly. Like, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. I was too in my head in what I was daydreaming about happening with my relationship prior. And I got myself caught up in a situation that I don't desire. And the man was never choosing me, but I couldn't see it. He literally told you he's not interested in getting married again. And your job is to say, hey, okay, thank you for letting me know. And then go and date men who are going to give you what you're looking for. Don't wait on a man to propose and ask you to marry him. Don't. If you're ready for marriage, you got to keep dating until you find another man who's going to choose you and choose marriage. When I learned that, it made things so much easier. It makes vetting so much easier. When you start eliminating people, you start eliminating men who are not choosing you back, vetting, marriage, dating, all these things become a whole lot easier. We make things complicated when we want something. We're choosing that person, but they're not choosing us back. We want them so much. We're seeing things that aren't there. We're believing things that aren't real. So he has to choose you back. And men choose women that they want every single day in certain ways. It doesn't matter what the relationship status is. When a man wants you, he will choose you back, and you will see that he's choosing you. I asked my man jokingly how many women he's had on his bed. Next time I came over, the bed was brand new, frame and all. and he hurt his hand putting it together as a surprise for me. He chooses me. Yes, absolutely, he chose you. He felt like, Braille, your teachers got me this man. Well, I do my best. Like I said, before I came to social media, I always like to give myself a humble brag. I was doing this before I came to social media. And a lot of women have benefited from me doing it before social media. So congratulations. It feels so great to have a good man that chooses you. And then he puts you first. This guy seemed to be very interested. Then when I showed interest, he pulled back. Seems as though me and my age, 24 to 35, want to be chased. And I've never had to do that. Okay, I'm going to tell you now, this is my little piece of advice. Don't deal with men your age. You're not supposed to deal with men your age. You have 7 to 10 years. That should be a gap. There should be an age gap between you and your man. I know that I talk about my gap between me and my man. My husband is like a year and a half. The reason why I can rock that year and a half and there's no issue is because I understand how to create an energetic gap between me and him. So I know how to create that space for him to see me as the pretty young thing that he has to take care of. And if you don't know how to do that, I would never ever advise a woman to go and date a man that's her age. I will always say 7 to 10 years. 7 to 10 years. Okay. So don't date men your age. Date men 7 to 10 years. Date men within the same generation so that you have something in common and you will have a whole lot more success. And he pulled back. And let me tell you this, the reason why he pulled back, because of the fact that, one, he needed space to kind of figure out what the relationship was going to be. All right. But he already realized that he wasn't ready, because he already told you that. He wasn't ready. He pulled back. I guess he figured I'll give her some space for her to figure out exactly if she wants what I'm offering. And it seems that you don't want what he's offering. So since you don't want what he's offering, you need to find a guy that's going to give you what you're looking for. Don't waste your time. I guarantee you, if I'd wasted my time on the guy who wasn't going to choose me and he wasn't showing me he's choosing me every day, because the men that really are into the woman, they trust me, they choose the woman every day in some way. And it's a beautiful thing to have that type of relationship. I would prefer women to have that type of relationship where that man is into her and he's choosing her every day, versus a woman being confused and trying to figure out how to fix things. Don't do that to yourself. I want it to be simple and very easy, and I want you to have both. My motto, I want you to open up your wallet, but I also want you to open up your heart. I believe in having both. I believe we can have it all. I don't have any limiting beliefs about what I can have in this life. So I want to go in and talk about marriage material men, because I see a lot of content popping up about, oh, how do you recognize a marriage material man? I want to drop this down on you because I feel like this will simplify things for every woman if you actually think of it this way. A man isn't marriage material if he isn't marriage ready. Don't look for marriage material, look for marriage ready. And what is marriage ready? Marriage ready is a proposal. I just made it very simple. You don't have to go in and say, oh, easy marriage material, because marriage material just means that this man can provide for himself without you coming into the relationship. He has everything on the up and up. He has the right values. He has the resources. He has the career. He has a great personality. He would make a good husband and a good father. But if all of that, he has all of that going on for himself, but he isn't ready to propose to you, then guess what? He isn't marriage ready, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about him being a marriage material man. It doesn't. It really doesn't matter. So I'm simplifying it in a way for you. So you're like, we're not going to be looking for all of these things from this man. Okay, that's great for him. I'm happy that he's a grown adult man that can take care of himself. I'm happy for him. But if none of that is going to be generously given to me, then I don't see any reason to admire it. I don't see any reason to have conversations about it. So let's simplify things. A man isn't marriage material if he isn't a man isn't marriage material if he isn't marriage ready. And that is a proposal. If he isn't proposing to you, he isn't marriage ready and he isn't marriage material. We're not going to sit here and make things confusing of looking for marriage material men and say he has to have this, this, and this. Okay, that's a given. He's an adult man. If he's not willing to give it to you and change your last name, then it doesn't matter. Okay. So no man is marriage ready, and we don't care about his marriage material if he isn't proposing. Simple, straight to the point. Especially if you're ready to get married, you have to have a certain level of rules for yourself if you're ready to get married. You can't play around with this. You can't allow confusion to get in the way, or you can't allow things to get out of control when you want to get married and you want marriage for yourself. And especially if you are of a certain age and you want to have kids at a certain age, or maybe you don't care about any of these things. I'm talking to the women who do care. If you do care and you want to have kids at a certain age, then yes, then you need to be concerned about not wasting your time. You need to kind of be concerned more about, is this man marriage ready? Is he proposing to me? That's the only way he can be marriage ready. The proposal is the new standard. If a man chooses you, he will never be inconsistent or slip up. Now, I'm always going to give men grace because I know they're human, just like I am. I might slip up or make a mistake. It depends on what we talking about. Slip up. Are we talking about him entertaining other women? If we don't have a commitment, I don't care. Like, if there's a commitment in place, you have committed yourself to me in some way. You propose to me, I'm your fiance. Then that's a commitment. Then you can't entertain other women. But if y'all are just beginning to date, I honestly don't care, because guess what? While you're out on a date with someone else, I shall be also. Okay? I shall be also. I was rotationally dating before it was a thing. I literally was very quiet about rotationally dating because I was scared of judgment back then. So I'm glad things have changed, that now we're so vocal about it that we're rotationally dating now for marriage. But it depends on what we're referring to. Are we seeing other women? Are we seeing if he's inconsistent with texting, dating, going on dates? We can't see anything coming from him. Then yes, there's an issue, because men are always choosing you in some way. When a man cares and loves you, he's going to choose you in some way. It may be on a small level. Some of us don't even know that a man is choosing us by, maybe he's working more hours to take us out on a date. That's choosing us. Maybe he is, working overtime to pay a bill that we have. That's choosing us. Or maybe he's choosing us by, instead of going out with the boys, he's staying at home to be emotional support because we had a bad day. Men choose us. You should be seeing a man choose you. Even if your relationship is your wife, or if you're dating him currently and he's into you, he's going to choose you in some way. Maybe it's just texting you or calling you back, like taking you on dates. Men should be choosing you all through the phases of, from dating to fiance to marriage. You're going to see that man choose you. And if you're not receiving any of that back, then you should be very concerned. I would be very concerned if in the dating phase, this man is not he's not choosing me, he's not taking me anywhere. He only wants to talk to me after 9 o'clock or come over my home. That he never wants to talk about or get to know me. He's not asking anything that's considering getting to know me at all. I would want to see him choosing me. I want to see it from the time we start dating to the time I'm your fiance, and also definitely while you're married. Men should be choosing you. And if he's not choosing you, there's an issue, because men choose to be providers, and they take care of the women that they love. So a man is not choosing you, there's an issue. Yes, so many men are good on paper, but they have to want what you want. Yes, absolutely. If he doesn't want what you want, I would look at it as though he's not choosing me. And it's not, when I say choosing you, I'm not looking at it as though, oh, he's such a bad person. I never look at that. Y'all know I don't even concern myself about good or bad or any of that nonsense that you all talk about on social media. I don't care about that. I look at it though, he is not in a space where he can choose me. So let me go find someone else who can choose me. I don't look at it as though I'm a bad person or, oh my gosh, I must be a horrible woman because he didn't choose me. I look at it, oh, well, he didn't choose me. There's another guy that will choose me. So let me go over here and date someone else who is going to choose me and who is looking for the same things that I'm looking for, who shares similar values, who has the same vision, the purpose that I have, and we're going in the same direction. Let me go over here and choose this guy who has chosen me. But you want to see that he's choosing you. You want to see that he's choosing you either on a small level or a grand level. You want to see that he's choosing you. My husband shows me all the time that he chose me, either from him coming home from work or just because a situation happened recently where I don't drive at nighttime at all. At all. I don't drive at nighttime. Okay. Since I don't drive at nighttime, my daughter had to be picked up. And my husband really is a little bit ways out of work. Like when I say he's probably a good 15 miles away, he got off early so he can go pick her up because he knows I don't drive at nighttime. So he chose me. He could have said, hey, you go do it. You're there. You're closer. But instead, he knew my limits and he knew what was going on. And he said, hey, I'll get off a little earlier and I'll go pick her up. That's him choosing me. If I need him now, right now, in this moment, and I pick up the phone, he's going to choose me. And you want to see that he's choosing you. Even though I know he'll choose me, I don't play those games. I don't have any reason to play those games. If I pick up the phone to call him, it's going to be for something that I need him to do. Okay. That's why it's so important for you to also have emotional intelligence. So you're not feeling the need to play games to find out how he feels about you. I know how he feels about me. I know how he's going to choose me every time. But you want to make sure you're not with a man who makes you doubt that he's going to choose you. You want to make sure you're with a man that you know he's going to choose you every single time. Every single time. And the marriage, when it comes to a man being marriage ready, is when he proposes. You all can discuss the cap light theory and a woman being in proximity or in front of a man all you want to. All I'm looking for is if that man is marriage ready. Have I vetted him thoroughly to make sure that our values align, that we're going in the same direction, that we have similar beliefs, that his personality is one that I enjoy? If that aligns and he proposes to me, that is the guy I'm going to choose. I don't have any of this type thing either. I don't have a type. My type is the guy that chooses me and that has similar values and, loves and cares about me and he puts me first. That is my guy. So all the other things somewhat is nonsense, and those things going to get you it's going to get you in trouble of getting the things that you want, especially when it comes to men. So if you're having issues on vetting, like I said, I consider myself a vetting expert. Before I came to social media, I was doing this with my family and friends and mentors. Mentees, I was doing it with them. And it's not hard to really figure out where people are coming from. You have to realize majority of people are nothing but the sum of their childhood. And their childhood impacts their adulthood. So I have Vetting 101 available to you. You can always go on YouTube, it's in the chat. The link is in the chat. On TikTok, the link is in my bio. And I included 2 questions because I want to make it easy for you. I want to give you a shortcut. I want to give you a shortcut into the insight of that man so you can determine very quickly if you want to have anything to do with that man or not. So included in Vetting 101 is the workshop and the book and the questions. Also 2 bonus questions. If you're like, forget all of that, I just want 2 questions that's going to help me to vet this man. Vetting 101 is going to be the thing you need to go grab because that's going to help you vet that man very thoroughly. And in the first date, you ask that 1 question. It will give you the insight into that guy. It'll let you know more about him, probably more than what he's going to even tell you over for a while. Like if you want to cut to the chase, you want to cut the time down of wasting time with men, asking those two questions, and you'll get the gist of what that man is all about. But a man chooses you, you choose him. You choose each other back, and you'll have a whole lot more success when you deal with men who choose you. Learn to look at his actions to determine if he's not choosing you. Because he's not choosing you if he's disrespecting you and showing, especially going on dates with you and then flirting with other women in front of you. Now, I am not saying that I honestly don't care if we don't have a commitment, but it's very disrespectful. And to me, if you're willing to do that on the first date, then who knows what you're willing to do once we get to know each other. That's a red flag to me. That's showing me he's not choosing me in the very beginning. If he's talking disrespectfully about other women, he's not choosing me ever. I'm not sure. I'm never going to be one of those women who get off on a man talking badly about other women. I already know that we can switch places at any time. So if he is talking badly about another woman, to me, he's not choosing me, because the woman he chose, that's his level. If he's saying she crazy, if he's saying that she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and something wrong with her, that's his level, and I want no part to that. So we have to learn when a man is choosing you and when he isn't. When you realize the difference, you make dating, marrying, and dealing with men very easy, because they tell on themselves. Men are not that hard. They're not some kind of masterminds like women are portraying them to be. They're not masterminds. They're human. And since they're human, they're easy to discern with just basic psychology. Basic psychology can tell you exactly what you're looking at and what's happening. So you choose who chooses you, and you recognize a marriage-ready man when he proposes to you. That's what makes a man ready for marriage. A man is ready for marriage when he proposes. It's not because he's done accomplished all the things, or he has all this money, or he has all the values. Those things are great for a consideration as being a husband, but those don't make him marriage ready. Marriage ready is only when he proposes. We have to up level our standards when it comes to dealing with men, and we shouldn't make it difficult. I hate the fact that we complicate things. These things are actually very easy when it comes to relationship. As long as we're willing to observe and vet, it makes it very easy. And trust me, you're not going to be dealing with too many masterminds. It's going to be rare. All right, so I'm going to open up for any questions or comments on TikTok or YouTube. I don't let people in my live streams that I don't know. So I'm going to let for any questions or comments that you have from TikTok to YouTube, but let him choose you. Like I know it's great. It feels good to have a crush and to like someone or have interest in somebody else. But if they're not giving that back, you're wasting your time and energy. It's best to only give your time and energy when someone chooses you and they're giving you that time and energy back. They are showing you they're choosing you. Either if they're asking you on dates, you're texting, they're trying to find out how to help you and support you. They're there for you. Men show the women that they care about that they choose them in so many different ways. Sometimes just words of confirmation he's choosing you. Did he tell you? And then did he tell you and follow through? If he told you he's going to do something, did he go and do it also? If he says he's going to book a trip or buy something for you, did he go and do it? He's choosing you. When he gives you his word, he stands on it. If a man makes you a promise, can you take it to the bank and cash it? If you can't do that, that man ain't choosing you. Because a man will do any and everything he needs to choose the woman that he wants. And he's going to show her. He's going to make sure you do everything he can so she doesn't get away. And he locks her down in some form of commitment because he chooses that woman. So choose who chooses you, instead of going about it in a way where you have a crush on somebody and you're doing all these things to prove to him that you're the woman for him, and that man is not choosing you. He's shown you in so many different ways he's not going to choose you, either through disrespect or abuse or he's shown you by not being there when you need him. Because one of the things that I told myself as a wife, as a young wife, you all know I got married very young. I got married at 19. I've been married for 23 years, going on the 24th year in August. And one of the things I promised myself, and this is something I was taught by my grandmother, by the way. You all know I was raised by old Southern grandmother. And she taught me, she said, if you have a kid for a man, and this man has shown himself not to be a good father, don't have any more kids for him. I know, right? It kind of blew my mind then, and I didn't understand why. But then I've seen it as I've gotten older and seen women give men kids over and over and over. And the man wasn't good on the first kid, so why would you give him a second? And I was taught this as a married woman, because and we don't do the relationship and kids without marriage type of thing in the first place. So I was taught this as soon as I got the ring on my finger from my husband, right? She told me, hey, if you have a kid by him and he's not choosing you and those kids, if he's not choosing to be a great father, if he's not showing up, changing diapers, taking care of the baby, balancing everything out as far as work and home, then don't give him any more children. That's what she taught me. And I literally was observing him throughout that. That's why my husband got 4 kids. 4, because he's such a great father and a great provider and a great man. So I gave him 4. But I knew this piece of information going in because my grandmother's old school. And she realized that if a man cannot balance it and he's not going to be a great father, don't give him any more children, even as a married person. So choose who chooses you, and recognize marriage ready men when a man proposes to you versus what a man has for himself. It's great he has these things. Congratulations, kudos to him. But if he's not willing to give me his last name and put a ring on my finger and secure our future, then I have no interest in it. Marriage ready just means to you from now on, from this video on, you're going to look at marriage ready as though a proposal has to happen. That is marriage ready. Especially after you've done your vetting, you've done your thorough look of that man, and he's passed the test of being the type of man that's going to make a great husband and a great father, and then he pops the correct question, that makes him marriage ready. So if I don't see any comments or anything come from TikTok or from YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I appreciate you all being here from the very beginning. Make sure you like the videos. Like the video on TikTok if you're watching on TikTok. If you're watching me on YouTube, like the video on YouTube. Especially if TikTok you want me to go live a little bit more, you all have to give me something back. I have to be able to see that you want me to go live on TikTok. So if I don't see anything else, I am going to go ahead and close out. I'm going to close out TikTok first. I'm going to give YouTube just a moment because I know there's a lag between me and you. If you have a question, remember, I don't do coaching for anything other than my inner circle. You have to be a part of membership to get coaching. I don't do individual coaching. I've learned that one meeting with me is not enough to get the effect that you need. A lot of women need a whole lot more than one meeting. So that's the reason why I don't do coaching only with the inner circle. So I'm going to go ahead and close out TikTok. You all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye. All right. I don't see anything else on YouTube. I don't see any questions. I don't see any comments. And I'm so happy that I see I have so many of my pedestal wives having so much success. Congratulations. I can't wait to make sure you send me the ring. Make sure you send me a picture of you getting your ring. Yes, we want to celebrate with you when that happens. So I'm looking forward to a whole bunch of women getting married in 2024. You know this. Why I do all this content for you all, so that you all can get what you're looking for in 2024. And a lot of the women, you want to get married and you want to go ahead and start your family and you want to start your life. And I'm here to support you and guide you in that direction. So I don't see anything else. I thank you all for being here all the way to the end. Even if you watch it on the replay, make sure you like the video and leave me a comment. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.